Live, folks. Hey, I just wanted to come in and do an update. I didn't get a chance. I was in a hospital. Um, I was in really bad shape. I mean, my not my sugars, but my blood pressure was going up and down like a yo-yo, and it left me just. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I've had that happen before, a few times actually. So this time was even worse, but. So I was in an ambulance, and the ambulance guy wouldn't. He's like, "Dude, I gotta get you in an air. I gotta get you on a copter." So I just called the copter in. So we're gonna go to the helipad, and we're gonna get you on a helicopter. We're gonna helicopter you into Lake Havasu City. So that's what happened basically there. But so yeah, I got a ride in the helicopter. So that was an experience. Experience of a lifetime, man. Helicopters are weird. It felt, and I'm not gonna lie, but the pilot and the other two guys aboard, they said that hey, a lot of people get sick. We're doing good now. I've got antibiotics, like some oral ones. I got to pick up some antibiotics at the pharmacy here. Oh yeah, I got a ride from a guy that picked me up. The hospital paid for it, right? And he was so tired he couldn't hardly drive. It was scary. He was crossing the line. He was going. I mean, it was horrible. I thought I was gonna die. I didn't think I was gonna make it because this dude was. And then they're like, dude, man, if you can't, if you have to, take a nap for 20 minutes, let's do it. Stop at your next convenience and get something in you to get your energy. Why don't we get yanked over by a cop? So we're pulled over by the cop, and the cop took his ID, and then the cop comes back and said, I need your ID too. So the cop wants my ID. I'm like, well, anyway, I misinterpreted what the cop said, and I think I called the cops. I think I called the officer, him, and it was a her, but had a butch haircut, right? So not that I was, I'm not nothing about hard about that, but the officer wanted my ID, so I had a hard time getting the other guy had to get my ID out because I couldn't dig the ID out of my wallet. Cop takes my ID. It takes about 20 minutes because that cop has to run for warrants. I got no warrants, so I had nothing to worry about. I just told the officer kind of got upset with me because I told the officer. I go, hey, what do you need my ID for? You got something to hide? I go, no, I got nothing to hide. I'm giving you my ID. I mean, I just don't see a reason for me to give up my ID when I'm not the one getting pulled over. I'm not even responsible for this vehicle. I just got out of a hospital and we get yanked over by a freaking, a cop, or actually an ambulance was behind us, and he didn't pull over for the ambulance. So what do you think's going to happen? There's usually a cop behind the ambulance, right? So yeah, I'm glad the cop did pull him over, because, he was so tired. He should have got a coffee. I told him, I said, dude, go get yourself, stop at Circle K or whatever, get yourself an energy drink, dude. Drink it and drink the coffee too, and sit and let it kick in, dude. You're gonna die driving like that, You almost, we crossed the line like badly, like several times, actually more. I'm surprised we weren't pulled over earlier, But it's just, I just was a little upset with the cop because of the fact that they asked for my ID, and I just didn't. ID, for God's sake, You got something to hide? I go, no, I run it, run my ID. I don't care. Go ahead. I've got nothing. I don't now. I mean, maybe not in the past, but I've been good for. I got nothing on my record since '95, or actually almost '94. You want to take a look at that? So I was like, I'm clean, man, dude. I don't break any rules or laws. I hacked the ex-president of the United States got more freaking yanked over for more convictions, or not convictions, but indictments. I got no indictments against me. Here, look at Donald Trump. Here he is with 91 felony counts. And what did they? He get. If I was, let's just say I'm a private citizen, right? I would go to freaking jail if I got arrested for one of those freaking charges. Just one of them. I'd be locked up. Solid. But anyway, I was like a yo-yo. What was it? Wednesday night or Wednesday morning early, and my heart rate was going all over the place. I mean, I was just not. I was gonna pass out, and I had to have my doctor call the paramedics for me because I couldn't even make a phone call. I couldn't even dial 911 because my eyes were so blurry I couldn't see the screen on my phone. And I tried, and I just couldn't do it. But I at least could pull up, North Country Health because I called them the other day previously. So, I went and I just started dialing, hitting the numbers, and I finally got my regular doctor. And I said, "Man, I'm in shambles here. I need paramedics, and I can't see my phone screen to call. Can you do it for me? So what's your address?" And I go, "Oh, here's the address." And the cops again, like what, 3 cops, fire chief, and everybody's at my RV, right? I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe 3 cops plus 4 fire units. So it's like everybody from courtside. Problems. You go, and I go, so they got me on the ambulance. I said, well, I want to go to Lake Havasu because I don't. He goes, well, we'll take you where we can get you. And then, of course, Parker, they tried to get me in there, and they couldn't even take me there. I don't know what the deal was there. I guess they must have been full or something. But anyway, so we're on our way to Lake Havasu driving, and like I said, my heart rate and everything, and my blood pressure was all like a yo-yo up and down, and that's what happened. And I had a good infection going on in my foot, so that was I think it was causing all my problems. So that's what the whole shebang was there. And then when I was in the helicopter, I could barely speak, man. I mean, it's like I was drunk, I was like, my speech was all over. I looked like frickin' worse than Joe Biden, man. It's one of the nurses there was made a funny joke. You know what she said? She goes, "Hey, you want to hear a joke?" Actually, and then the fire department, or the air crew on the ambulance, or not the. I guess you could say they're an ambulance and a helicopter ambulance. And he goes, "Hey, you want to hear some jokes?" I says, "Yeah, go ahead and squirt some jokes out. I hadn't heard any in a long time." "Well, you know who's running for president, don't you?" I go, "Yeah, of course I know. Joe Biden and Donald Trump." "Well, guess what? They're both going to challenge each other to a push-ups match." I go, "Yeah, but there's only one problem. The last time Donald Trump ever did a push-ups when he was on top of Stormy Daniels." I thought that was pretty funny, man. That was a good one. I liked that joke, and that made me laugh. They go, "I'll bet you got a laugh out of that." I go, "Yeah." But yeah, the helicopter ride felt unstable, you know what I mean? Because it was windy. The wind was throwing us around, and it's like, it was scary. I'm up in the very front, right? At the nose of the helicopter. I mean, if we're going to crash or anything, guess what? I'm the first one gone. Me and the pilot, man, we're done. Well, actually, the whole crew. The helicopter's a big, it's got room in it, but I'll tell you what, you could, just to squeeze 4 guys in there, we were tight. It was tight. There's, to put a couple bags in there, and I guess the guy had some weights in there too to balance out the helicopter, in case he's only by himself. He doesn't have anybody with him, or whatever. So I go, "What's that?" I go, that looks like weights or whatever. And I wanted to record more, and I did, but it didn't turn out. The video didn't come out, and I don't know why. I should have just done a live feed. It would have came out, because I have the space to do it. And I just think I ran out of space, and it just didn't want to record. But it took what it could, and I got. I got to just the tail end of the landing too, you know. I was looking at all the controls, you know. Oh my God, there's a zillion controls in that thing on the panel. I mean, if I had to fly the thing in an emergency situation, I didn't know how to fly a helicopter. There was no freaking way I could do it. I would have just freaking died. You know, that would have been the end of me. I'd have just dropped out of the sky, right? Just a big block of steel just shooting down like a rocket after you're launched up into the sky. But yeah, I feel better. I got strength, and I was pretty weak the last, you know, since Wednesday. I've been really just weak, you know. So, like I said, my eyes were I got cataracts anyway, so my eyes were like whatever. Now, yeah, a lot of people probably could say they haven't flown in a helicopter, and I could see. I told the pilot though. I said, you know what? I mean, it was way different comparably to an airplane flight. You know, an airplane flight's like a Cadillac in the sky. Helicopters, like, you're like, it's like, and it's loud too. And I got earmuffs on, and it's loud as hell, you know, and that's why you got the earmuffs. And then you got audio coming out of the earmuffs too. You know, they got the little, so they got to have the audio on you too, so they could talk to you, communicate. So that's what they were doing when they were just trying to pick me up. My face was all pale. I was just not. I was in and out of it, you know. So I mean, at some points they were talking to me. I you know, I was okay, and then sometimes they were talking to me. I just didn't get what they were saying. They knew I was out of it. So, but they were cool. They were cool guys. I go, you guys are great, man. I mean, if it weren't for you, I mean, I don't know. If you weren't for you, kind of you guys doing this, where would we be? You know, people like them that question. I asked the pilot. I go, what happens when what's your maximum or least amount of wind where you can't fly? You know, and he's like, well, 45 is at the edge, 45 miles per hour winds, because he said what happens is when you're coming down in a copter, the winds will actually can just toss the helicopter right over, because the wind's hitting the blade. It'll just flip the thing right. I mean, he said it happens a lot. He goes, that's why they just don't risk it when it gets down to, you know, when it comes to, you know, a lot of wind like that. Just, it's too dangerous to go up, because when you're going up, the winds just freaking throw you, throw. It's like an RV, man. If I'm driving this thing and the winds are kicking, I have a hell, you know, sometimes I just might as well just not even try, you know. Just wait another day, you know. But yeah, I probably got, you know, the transmission's like really bad, you know. But I thought I just wanted to come on and update you guys and let you know I'm doing okay. But you know, like I said, I'm like a yo-yo when it comes to my health. You know, it's just if my heart rate, and you know, if I didn't get the damn foot infections, I'd be okay, man. There wouldn't be an issue with me. I wouldn't have to have these problems, but because of those things, you know, it's like once a year good for a foot infection, and they always let you out. You're not even close to being healed up, so they have to get antibiotics. I can't even say the word antibiotics. So that'll be Monday, you know, sometime. I'll have to get somebody to come pick me up, and I'll have to pay $15 or whatever. Since I'm going to go out, I might as well, you know, have them stop at some place to get something to eat, right? Might as well do that too. You know, I mean, if you're out paying $15, then they make like 2 stops for you if you want. I might as well take my 2 stops for my money, right? Might as well do it. Grab something to eat at the last second, or go do something else in town, and they come back and get me, and then bring me back to the RV or whatever. So yeah, the cops go, where do you got to go? I said, courtside. You know, yeah, I see you're set up for Flagstaff. I go, yeah, I'm set up for Flagstaff, but I'm here for the winter. I hang at, in an RV park in here in the wintertime. She goes, I mean, I don't just see no reason for a cop to even question, they have questions for me. It's like, what am I, at trial? Well, what the hell, what the freak, man? What the hell? It's like, man, what's happened, man? The cops just want to know everything, every little detail. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? It's like, what? Whatever, what happened to America, man? Man, the cops are pushy, man. Yeah. So that's all I got to say. Is I didn't expect courtside cops to be that pushy though. I've talked to courtside cops before, and they were never like that. But evidently, that cop was a female cop, and she just wanted to show who the boss was, But and then I think the cop was upset with me because I called her him, that really upset. I go, officer, I'm sorry, I couldn't see you, man, because it was dark, couldn't see the cop. So yeah, I hope, I dropped some cards and the guys, I gotta check my wallet and make sure I got everything. It's a good card for all I know, and then I gotta check that after I'm done doing this broadcast, because I'll have to cancel for freaking another 10 days till another one comes in, So I'm screwed, I'd be screwed. Let's see how. Yeah, when you're like laying down in a copter, that's even more rough. You know what I mean? Because you're laying down, so you're like unstable, and and when you're taking off, it's like, whoa, man, you could feel it, your stomach. It was getting to my stomach, I was like, wow, unbelievable. Let's see, could that, no, there's no, that's not it. Truth is my name. No, don't think so. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that was crazy, to get a ride, Yeah, I had my thumbs out hitchhiking for help. I asked the police officer, I tried to find out, hey, do you know the score? The Phoenix Suns score? She goes, no, I didn't even know they were playing. She goes, I'm not a Phoenix Suns fan. I said, oh, okay, all right. Arizona is, except if you're at the stadium, I guess then you would be a fan, right? Outside the stadium, you probably can't find a Phoenix Suns fan. And then I could just say fantastic, right? Yeah. So what was that? That was a good joke, the early what I got the nurse to say. Yeah, you got Biden and Trump running for president, and they both are challenged instead of a debate. They're going to challenge each other to see who can do push-ups, or at least the most of them. And then they go, well, Trump, the last push-up that they known he's done was the push-ups they did on top of Stormy Daniels. What a storm that'd be! What a storm that would have been, right? I can't even spit those words out tonight, But yeah, I mean, I got one YouTuber that was trolling my channel, whatever, And then she came into my channel and said, I wasn't trolling your channel. I go, you're making stuff up. I go, no, I don't make things up. I hear things, okay? People tell me. And then I talk. You should keep everything to yourself, lady. I go, yeah, you were trolling this channel. You were. See, Boondock done. Who Boondock? Let's see. Go ahead. Yeah, we're doing. I'm fine if I could just figure out why this happens. And I think it's just all due to the foot infection. And I get one guy told just today, he was like, "Man, you had some serious infection going on with that foot." I go, "Yeah, I know. It's why I'm here. I wouldn't have been brought here by a helicopter, you know, if you know, any other reason, right? For any other reason, no, I would have been here in an ambulance instead of a helicopter. But I go, well, it is what it is. But you know, it wasn't. I guess it wasn't so bad, you know, because my body, you know, with the they were giving me vancomycin was the antibiotic they were feeding me, you know, and then my IV, I lost the IV, stopped working on the one side, and then on the other side, the IV, that was the first IV they put in, and that one went bad too. So that went bad this afternoon, and so they had to disconnect it. So I didn't get that much antibiotics in me today, like I probably should have, but it is what it is. It is what it is for what it isn't. So yeah, we got Truth Is My Name. I know who he is, so Truth Is My Name is a name change. Yeah, he's that God, what's his name? You guys probably know who he is. I'm just trying to think here. Some That's the name. Revelator Phoenix. Yeah, Truth Is My Name is Revelator Phoenix. You could tell just by the way he talks, you know, the way he chats on here. You can always tell who they are, you know. Just like if I go into somebody's channel, they know who I am. God, you text a lot like somebody that I've seen before, you know. Let's see, any hot nurses with the... Yeah, you know, they're all young. They're all young nurses. They're like in their early, you know, like 20. Maybe they might be 25. But when they're 25 to me, they look like they're 20. You know, but they're all young. They're way too young. You know. I mean, I just, you know, whatever. So, but yeah, a couple of them gave me a couple sponge baths. One did, you know. So. That wasn't too bad. I got the sponge bath. Got cleaned up. So at least I got a good cleanup, right? Got something out of it. Yeah, the nurses, you know, the nurses, and they're all cute. Single too. I got a conversation with one and about music and guitars and songs and stuff like that. She said she plays guitar and stuff like that. I said, have you ever heard of a band called Toto? How about Steely Dan? She goes, no. I go, check those bands out. That'll open your horizon on music. You know, get into those two bands and check it out. Go to Steely Dan, you know, and check out Steve Lukather from Toto. You know, he's a freaking killer guitar player. If you really want to know some good, you know, if you want to really get better on music, listen to those bands. That'll open you up for some good music, that's for sure. Let's see, did they tell you that there's nothing they can do for you because you're already taking everything? There is. Let me see. Raymond E. Digger, someone from Steely Dan just passed. Oh, that was Walter Becker. Walter Becker died from Steely Dan. He was he was a guitar player. He was a co-writer with Donald Fagen. Donald Fagen's still around. Donald Fagen was the guy that sang all the Steely Dan stuff. And then Steve Lukather, which, you know what, I worked with him many years ago, like 45 years ago. I worked with him. He actually worked at the plastic injection molding place I was working at, and I trained him on how to run, you know, what to look for on my parts that I was running one night. You know, actually, he worked there for like a few weeks. So, yeah, and then I went. He said he was there. I told him I knew who he was. I said, you're the guitar player for Toto. I go, what the hell are you doing here, man? You're nine Grammy Awards and you're here? You kidding me? I knew all about him. I said, You're one of my favorite guitar players besides Eddie Van Halen. You're right up there. You're up there with, you. I know you were like big with the Steely Dan, stuff, and being a session musician and stuff like that. Cause yeah, I laid a lot of tracks. I wrote a lot of the Michael Jackson album, and I'm trying to think. There was one big song he wrote. Well, he wrote them all, but there was one particular song that Steve did that was really extraordinary. It really, I mean, it won him like songwriter. He got all kinds of freaking awards for it because he took all the credit. Michael Jackson obviously got a Grammy too, but those guys, the session musicians, their name was all over that album. If you look at Thriller, look who played on it. Steve Lukather did all the guitar work on that, and he came in and what's his name, Quincy Adams, came in and wanted something done, and then Steve wrote the one tune, and then he had Eddie come in. Eddie was called in because Michael wanted to do wanted Eddie to do the lead on it, and then Steve Lukather did all the rest, So that was cool, That was something. Yeah, it's the Africa. Yeah, it's Steve co-wrote with. Okay, that was David Page. Was it David Page? I think it was David Page and Steve Lukather, and who else? Steve Porcaro. Wrote all the stuff for Toto. So Jeff Porcaro was an incredible drummer that played on one full album with Steely Dan. Katie Lies. Yeah, Jeff Porcaro's all over that. Jeff Porcaro was a drummer for Toto until he died of a massive heart attack at the age of 38. So he left music quick. He was out. He was in and out 38 years. Boom, gone. Great drummer, too. Super good. I mean, come on, you're playing with Steely. Good, that's for sure. Yeah, Africa, and then Rosanna. Because when I talked to Steve, I just got in touch with his son, and I talked to Steve because Steve got a hold of me, and he asked me what was my favorite Toto song or whatever. Album wise, I said, you know what, kind of hard to choose. I told him, I said Africa actually wasn't my most favorite. I said I liked Hold the Line and I liked Rosanna. I told him Rosanna I thought I liked a lot. Thought those are killer songs. South Australia, man, how's it going, man? Good to have South Australia in here, man. Yeah, I mean, hey Joni, did you see my video? The helicopter ride. Helicopter. How many people could say they got a ride to the hospital on a helicopter? Not very many, right? That was like an incredible. I wish I would have done a live stream because of that, because my video just didn't want to record. Of course, I should have asked the pilot if for his permission to film, really, because they could have said no. But he goes, "Hey, if you're filming," he goes, "you need to put it before we take off. You need to put that in airplane mode." So I went ahead and scrolled down and got it in airplane mode for the flight. I just wish I'd have just hit the live. I wish I'd have just gone to and clicked on the live button and done it that way. It would have. Then the whole thing would have came out, But I wouldn't have been able to edit, But I couldn't edit anyway because just my crappy filming, But hey, I was lying down. It was kind of very difficult to film when you're lying down in the helicopter. You're strapped in. You're like can't really move. Literally, I couldn't move my arms hardly. I was so scrunched in. There ain't much room in that helicopter. The way I was pinned up against the door. I was right up against, but they strapped me in. They got these clips. So they really bolted me in there pretty good, He goes, whatever you do, don't put your hands on the steering thing. Is like right there. He goes, and I'm like, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I had like 6 inches to play, right? And then to the right of me, I'm like, my wrist is almost, almost, the door latch is like right there, you know? Yeah, I mean, they told me be very, very careful moving your hands around. So I'm sitting there with my elbows in, I'm sitting there trying to film at the same time, it was very difficult to do. And then I guess I didn't hit the record button, or the filming just cut out, you know. I guess untouched. No, I knew better than that. You know, I listened to them what they were telling me. I said, yeah, I mean, he goes, I know you're out of it, but you know, these are 2 things you don't want to do. Don't move too far to the left, and 2, if you could keep your arm and elbow off that door, we'll be good. That's the only thing they told me. Just do those 2 things and we're good. So just enjoy the ride. He goes, if you think you're getting sick, let us know. And then we'll get a barf, get your mouth, and we'll get you a barf bag, and we'll start putting some motion sickness. They got stuff for motion sickness on board, you know, they give you in case you're going to start getting sick, you know. They don't want to throw up all over their freaking helicopter, you know. You know, for sure. I mean, so they got these bag will just go. It's kind of hard because I was actually wearing a helmet, and it's got muffs built into it, and then I got my radio, my microphone's sitting hanging, you know, like just a couple inches around, right about my mouth, you know. So that was kind of strange, you know. It's strange because you can't. I mean, it comes through my mic system, so. But yeah, I was looking at all the controls in the helicopter. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I was really dizzy. I mean, I was super lightheaded. Yeah, big time. I mean, I was all over the place. But yeah, I got to get my antibiotics. Actually, I can't get them tomorrow because the pharmacy's not open. So not till Monday. They gave me enough to get me by till Monday. So, and then I'll hit the pharmacy and get some more drugs, you know, or antibiotics. I think they got something else there for me too. So I'll pick those up as well. But like I said, I got to get somebody to pick me up to do that. So yeah, I saw. Yeah, it was more than a whirlybird, man. That's a really nice helicopter. It looked brand new, man. It looked like, you know, it had all the fancy. I didn't ask him if it had autopilot. I should have asked him that. I could always find out I'll find out what kind of copter that is, and see. I'm sure it's got autopilot on it. I'm sure. You know, that would be difficult flying at night. Imagine trying to fly at night when you can't see jack diddly, man. That would be something. What if you hit kill switch? I mean, yeah, there's a matter of fact, if you look at the video, when the pilot shuts the one switch off, that turned the blades off. The thing is, you can't, with a helicopter, I read up on helicopters, you cannot start you have to turn, the engine has to sit and warm for a bit before you could actually, you know, before you could kick the blades to start moving. You got to kick on the engine. There's 2 separate switches for that. And then you got the switch that shuts everything down in the copter. Copter's got air conditioning. You could see the air conditioning vents. And I was surprised at air conditioning, you know. But I guess you'd have to, you know. So it's amazing that air conditioning could work in that thing, you know. It's just a lot of things that are amazing about helicopters. So, I mean, that was an experience of a lifetime, man. Probably be the only time in my life I'll ever fly in a helicopter, you know. But, yeah. Never knew I was going to wake up that morning and I'd be on an ambulance. Well, I knew I was going to be in the ambulance. That I did know. But I just didn't know it's going to turn into, you know, being on the helicopter. Let's see, no, restart. Got to auto. Yeah, there's some things you got to do in sequence with the helicopter, you know. I mean, I was reading up on like, you know, people that take, you know, first time helicopter lessons. You know, and people usually fly where these helicopters don't have half of what that helicopter has, you know. I think that helicopter's got everything on it, you know, or everything in it. How did you get back from Lake Havasu? The hospital called a ride for me. Of course, you know, riding back, we got yanked over by a cop, and you know, like I said, the cop asked for my ID. As for my ID, I'm not the one that was driving, you know, and the cop wants my ID. I'm like, I just look at the cop and I'm like, sir, you know, and then the cop says, I'm not a sir, I'm a ma'am. I said, oh, excuse me, I couldn't see, it was dark, and so I was like, so I got to make sure I got everything in my ID, in my my little Boda bag there. Because when I got my wallet, I hate when I have to get my wallet out, because then I lose stuff, you know, it's dark, and, you know, and then the guy, I give him my wallet, and he drops the freaking wallet, and things fly out. Maybe I don't have my, no, it wasn't an Uber, and it wasn't a, you know, I know the guy was kind of had an attitude, you know, but he was better. He got better. He actually, you know, stopped and he wanted to get ice cream. And I said, yeah, go ahead and stop and get some ice cream. That's fine. What we should have done is got some freaking coffee. You know, something like that guy was like, he couldn't hardly drive. You know, he didn't know he first of all, the hospital didn't tell him he was taking me to Quartzsite. So it blew his mind that he had to drive all the way to Quartzsite. Blew his mind. I go, hey, I'm sorry, dude. I had no control over this, man. They called you and you came, and you know that's just how it turned out. Let's see, all Davies. No condoms, man. I got nothing in there, but I gotta check. I gotta check. I gotta get, you know, after I'm done doing the video, I'm gonna check everything and see. Yeah, I know I got my insurance card. That I do know. I just don't know if my my Visa, my debit card's in there. Proud Islander. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess my views on that last video were pretty big, man. Some big views on that one. So, yeah, crazy. That's got to be a classic, man. How many YouTubers, you know, flying a helicopter? You know, I guess there were some other ones that did, but I've never seen anybody do a YouTube video of flying in a helicopter. No, I have not. You know, it's possible there is. I know those guys told me they flew three people out of Quartzsite, because they said they got 2 people early. They brought them to Lake Havasu City, so she would come visit, and yeah, she said she was gonna get with me or whatever, or meet up, or she said that, but she definitely trolled me, no doubt about it. A few roaches in a Taylor Swift concert. Yeah, the cop, you know, like I said, I think I had 2 IDs. I had one expired one and one good one. I had an old driver's license in there too. So the cop had both my IDs. One of them was good and one of them wasn't. So she took it, ran it. Obviously ran it for warrants. Why else did she want my ID? No big deal. So yeah, I don't know. I can't see why the cop wanted my ID. That's all. Cop didn't like the fact. She goes, "What are you trying to hide something?" I go, "No. Heck, I'm giving it to you, right? I'm giving you my ID. I can't get it out of the wallet. My fingers, man. My fingers are numb, so I can't. I'm not comfortably numb. No, but yeah, I'm sitting there having a hard time getting the ID out. hang tight. You're gonna get my IDs for sure. So, but yeah, and he ended up taking everything out of the freaking wallet, which I didn't want him to do, because then I lose stuff, stuff fall, and of course it did, fell on his floorboard. I just hope, so if he's got my debit card, or whatever, then guess what? We're just not gonna have a debit card. I'll have to cancel that one. I mean, I guess there'd be a way. If he did lose it, he could always turn it into the hospital, and then maybe I can get it back from there. But I doubt it. Yeah, I mean, good thing the cop didn't ask us to step out of the vehicle, right? I mean, the guy is tired. She asked him if he was on anything or if he'd been drinking. Asked if I'd been drinking. I said, nah, of course not. I just got out of the hospital. Of course I'm not. I'm on a lot of medications, ma'am. I don't think I'm on. No way. No way possible I've been anything, okay? No drinking, no drugs, okay? Besides, we are allowed, I was going to say, we are allowed to have marijuana, right? I don't think you're allowed, or I'd say, I don't know. I'd say, I'm glad, I just don't say nothing, I don't volunteer. I said, she want my ID? Okay, I'm giving you my ID. All I said was, I don't know why you're asking for my ID. That's all I said. I said, okay, but no problem. I got you because you got something to hide. I go, no, here you go. Here you go. Have at it. Go run it. Go run it for whatever. If you're looking for a warrant, whatever, I don't care. If I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail, right? No, we're not going to jail. Goes, so you got to go back to courts. So yeah, I mean, we're in courtside now, but yeah, I got to get back to the RV park. I go, that's where I stay during the winter months. Summer months, I'm in Flagstaff. So I do it. But yeah, I'm medically in and out of hospitals sometimes. Never know what's gonna happen. Told her. But yeah, she looked like a guy. I mean, hate to say it, but I didn't mean to really pick on the cop. Cop was picking on me, right? I go, dude, I'm not the one that's freaking all over the freaking road. I would have driven, if I could have drove, but I didn't have my hand controls, so my feet, I wouldn't be able to get my foot on the gas pedal properly. So there's just no way I could, I wanted to I was gonna tell me I'll try to drive, man, but then I thought, nah, that's dangerous too. From the gas pedal, and I'm not used to that car, then guess what? It's a no bueno there. So I thought, nah. I guess we're just better dying, We're better just to die. If we're going to die. If he's going to cross the line, we're going to go head on with somebody. There's no way I was going to try to, I would have loved to sleep on the way back, but nah. It's like, dude, I was almost, tell him, hey, just pull over and sleep for an hour or whatever. You get me back whenever. But no, he didn't want to do that. And I said, dude, you could just sleep for a half hour. That'll make a difference for you. 30 minutes of sleep time. If you can't drive, what he should do. I told him when you're leaving, when he had to go back, I said, dude, you should freaking go take a nap in your car for about an hour or two, and then drive back. And then stop at a convenience store and get a cup of coffee in you, and get one of those 1 hour energy drinks, and suck down one of those or two. I'd say I'd get 2 or 3 of those, and suck those down, and I'd put one of them in the coffee. And that'll freaking wake you up, man. That'll freaking hit you like a rock. Let it kick in, and you'll be good to drive for guaranteed for 2 hours. That's what I always did when I had a hard time trying to drive, when I couldn't, just freaking suck down freaking energy drink. And Not good for your heart. I would never do it with me because it wouldn't be good. So a bad result might come about it. My heart would probably go into cardiac arrest. So who is this? It's a guy. The guy that was driving me back from the hospital. Yeah, the hospital called. They paid for my ride, which was okay. Saved me some money, but it was just an unsafe driver. That's all. And he got us yanked over by a freaking cop. That's all. No big deal. No big deal. Just a Quartzsite police officer. Quartzsite police. God, there were a lot of cops out. I mean, between Lake Havasu City, man, I freaking probably saw 10 cop cars. Man, I was like, but then again, what was it? Saturday night. That's why there were so many cops out. I can get it. Lake Havasu City, man, there's some money in that town, dude, man. We stopped a couple times, and there's like, this guy pulls up next to us in his freaking 100K truck, It's a brand spanking new truck, man. Just a young guy, a guy that couldn't have been in his 20s, driving a $100,000 truck. It's like, holy crud. Man, it must be nice. Yeah, I'm back in Quartzsite now. No, it wasn't Uber. No, it definitely wasn't Uber, and he wasn't a Lyft driver either. I don't know who they were. I didn't get a. I probably should have grabbed a card from him. I just didn't think. If I had my life depended on him, I wouldn't want him as a driver again. Because he's dangerous. The dude just, he had a hard freaking time driving. His lights were bad. You could hardly see on the road. He had his bright lights on, and every time we're driving, everybody else shined their bright lights on us. I tried drinking rain. It has. Yeah, I would. You see, I didn't need any of those kind of drinks. The dude who was driving needed. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to piss the guy off. I would have said, okay, what you should do is just, stop at a convenience store, pick up something to drink, get some caffeine in you. And he didn't. I think I said something once, and he said, no, I don't need any of that. I'm good. I said, okay. I wasn't gonna argue. He was that type you don't argue with. That's all. It's the way it was, the way it is. Let's see. Wrong way driver. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. What we see tomorrow. Que sera, sera. Oh, I'm wondering, I'm just wondering if there's going to be if I'm going to see it tomorrow or, today, or today, tomorrow, whatever. Yeah, the Phoenix Suns got beat by Boston. What was it? 117 to 107, I guess. So, yeah, it was a bad experience for the Phoenix Suns. Now, they're looking on the outside in, trying to make the playoffs. They only have like 19 games left, I think. That's it. They're gonna have to find a way to win. They got like a tough schedule too. I don't know. Don't know what they're gonna do for the Phoenix Suns. Shoot, man. Somebody needs to give them a shot of something, right? They need to wake up and smell some coffee because they aren't playing so good. But man, the Celtics are quite a team, man. Of course, they are the best team in the NBA. So, oh well. But anyway, that's about all I got tonight, folks. It's been good. So I just wanted to update, since the helicopter ride. So, good old helicopter ride, I was like, it's funny, when we started the ride, I closed my eyes because I didn't like the way the helicopter was feeling when it took off, I closed my eyes and it got worse. It was actually worse. It was better to leave my eyes open. I'm like squinting my eyes a little bit, looking. I'm like, we just climbed like really quick, fast. You know, it's like way up. I think we were flying at about, I think it was like 12. I'm gonna say between 10 and 12,000 feet up. So we were up there. We were up a couple mountains too. I'm back in Quartzsite. I'm back in the RV. Yeah, I'm out of the hospital, so couldn't believe they were releasing me, and as I came in real quick, you know, I said, well, I guess if you can't get it, you know, if you can't do this, then they wanted me to pee, you know, and I'm like, well, you know, I can't, man. And so they didn't believe me, so they ran a thing to check how much fluid was in my bladder, and then of course she said there was barely anything in there, so yeah, I mean, I can't, yeah. They're just gonna release me, you know, that's what they're gonna do. They weren't gonna let me stay there that night, no way. Of course not. So they're just gonna cut me loose. Let's see, what would require oxygen at No, it actually wasn't cold, you know? Wasn't cold at all. I had a couple blankets on me too, but yeah, they threw a couple of the blanket sheets over me, so I was warm. Yeah, I was never, you know, and I think they said, well, yeah, I had a lot of sun coming in through the glass window of the helicopter, you know. So I said, yeah, I think in the video I said, yeah, suntan in the sky, or suntan in the air, or whatever. Something like that, to the effect, you know. The guys were cool. They were cool. Oh, the pilot and the other two guys that were aboard. And say, let me think, 1, 2. Yeah, there's just 3 of them. 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us. Excuse me. We had a full house in the helicopter. There's no room for anybody else. You only transport one at a time. Yeah, I didn't have money in my wallet to even tip, you know. I think those guys get paid pretty good, you know, being helicopter drivers. Sure, they make the big bucks. Especially the pilot. Pilot probably gets paid, who knows, probably at least $100K a year. Maybe more. I don't know. Yeah, I should have said, you know, you guys probably make... I had a lot of questions that, you know, I just couldn't think of everything, you know. You don't have time, you know, because you're just like, you're 15 minutes to get there from Quartzsite to there. Took 15 minutes. I think I asked him how fast the thing goes. I think he told me 130 miles an hour. Top speed, something like that. At least that copter did. That's all he could do, really. So, close your... Yeah, I guess, you know, when you're scared, that's it. You close your eyes, man. I opened them back, you know. I closed my eyes and I opened them just because it was getting to my stomach, you know. It's like being on a... Well, it's just like going on a... You could compare going on a roller coaster. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're going way up, you know, on a roller coaster. You're climbing. And then when you're coming down, it feels like... Because you're coming down pretty fast. So you're like... So both going up and going down, it's pretty... You can feel it. You're in a constant... You're like a gradual coming down, you know. Helicopter, you just go straight freaking down. And they don't... You know, they don't go too fast, you know. They take it easy, but yeah, it's, at the same time, it feels like you're going really fast coming down, just because of the props, you know. The wind's probably kicking the props like this, you know. I don't know, you know, you can't really see, you know, you can't see anything real. At least I couldn't, you know, from where I was laying down. I just couldn't see much. I could see down below. I definitely could see way down, you know. When I was getting close to the Lake Havasu, you could see the lake big time. See the river. River looked like a little freaking, looked like about look like it was like a half inch or a quarter inch. And it's probably 20, 25 feet wide, if not 30. But it looked like nothing in the air. It looked like it was like a real thin, skinny stretch of like river. Let's see. I didn't have any oxygen, no, but matter of fact, they didn't even put a thing on my finger, so they didn't do that either. I mean, when I got inside, yeah, they did. They checked my oxygen. I was good, Oxygen level was like 96, something like that, on the Richter scale there. When they checked me, when I was in that emergency room for seemed like I didn't get an actual room till like 3 in the morning. Like 3:30 or something in the morning, something like that. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna shut her down, guys. I'm gonna use the restroom, and I'm just gonna hit the sack. I'm pretty tired, Probably watch a couple videos on YouTube and call it a night. It was a rough drive, I just took a lot out of me, just trying to concentrate on what I'm trying to drive the car, even though I'm not driving. You know what I mean? I'm putting on the brakes, when I'm sitting there in the driver's seat, right? The guy goes, "Hey, you can't put on the brakes when there's no brakes over there." I go, "Yeah, but I could try." I'll be on your foot. That's why you obviously can't be on YouTube doing that. See, who's this band? You got some band on here. I'm trying to think who it is. They're in Las Vegas, whoever they are. Yeah, who is that band? A bunch of different bands. A whole bunch of different, all playing in Vegas. Hard Rock Cafe, Styx, all kinds of different musicians, man. Here's a guy singing in the desert, man. There's a one in Las Vegas. Vegas, yeah. No, I'm not. The Sphere's got. I'm not sure who's playing there. I could always find out. All I got to do is look it up. No, I can't. They're not showing the Sphere. Not on TV, they're not. So I really can't show it. Who's that? That's a country western guy. Okay, who's that? You guys watch Nomadic Fanatic? He was at the Phoenix Raceway, man. He's like, man, I couldn't get in the infield. Of course not, dude. You're not going to get in the infield in Phoenix. You're not special, dude. Yeah, they do have people in the infield, but that's for the mechanics, man. Not going to have Nomadic Fanatic there. He don't have that kind of money. I know he makes a lot of money on YouTube, but he don't make that kind of money. Yeah, I've never been impressed with Nomadic Fanatic. Never been impressed with the guy. Though Blind Views is. Anyway, Blind Views loves to cover that guy for whatever. Him and Blind Views, he only covers a certain people. It's just what he does, He does what he does. However he does. I know some big YouTubers. I don't know any. I mean, I know of some big tubers, but I don't. Who do I really know? Big YouTubers, I really don't. I'm not. I'm just a pipsqueak. Me, myself, and I. I'm nothing on YouTube. Never claimed to be. Never will be a superstar on YouTube. Yeah. That'd be nice. It would be nice to be somebody like Nomadic Fanatic, where when you're making $25,000 a month, from YouTube and sponsors, you know. It would be nice. Yeah, I would. Yeah. Blind Views would certainly have me down as a big loser for sure. I mean, that's just how he is. We're doing okay, Rob Austin. We're doing okay. We're hanging. I got to get some medication. I got to get some. Take one in the evening tomorrow. I got to call the hospital again. I got to figure out where, you know, where the heck the pills are that I'm supposed to take. You know, because I don't see them. I tried, and these girls didn't know anything that, you know. Oh, I don't know. You have to ask the nurse. Like, where's the freaking nurse, man? Yeah, I said I didn't get everything. You know, I didn't get, you know, filled out some papers, some I didn't. I didn't really care, you know. Let's see. I saw the Bobby Ball 150 from. Who won the race for Phoenix? Wait, no, actually, the race is tomorrow. That'll be on TV, actually. Yeah, Nomadic Fanatic will be there, right? Yeah, he's camping somewhere in there. Oh, that's the camp host or whatever. There's no camp host and freaking at the PIR. Kidding me? I've never saw a camp host. You know, I do know you're not getting in the infield. That much I do know. He got a. Oh, he had a girlfriend though, Nomadic Fanatic. He had a new girlfriend, somebody different, and she rode with him. Right? She was staying in his RV, so she got to use his toilet. They got to share the toilet. How about that? I'm sure that was an experience, huh? Yeah, the girl that was with him. Yeah, I guess it's his new fling, you know, the fling that'll last. Blindview says, yeah, she won't be with him next time. That'll be a short-lived girlfriend. Whatever. That's what Blindviews was saying. Something like that. I don't care for Blindviews. I'm not a big fan of Blindviews. He's obviously not a big fan of me either. Ain't that romantic, huh, Meyer? Butt treats? That's romantic, huh? Being able to share a toilet together. Yeah, that's romantic as hell. They should challenge each other to, who could do the most sit-ups. You know, doing sit-ups on top of the toilet or something. You know. Yeah, I'm not sure. You know, I guess I don't know how strong the bed is in one of those four-season RVs. I hope. Yeah, he's got a little munchkin. She was probably on top of him, you know. Yeah, one more to the bunch. Those guys in the helicopter was like, man, you got, there's still more you're gonna mention? I go, heck yeah, man. I got freaking like 11 prescriptions to take. Take a lot. Was missing with his subscribers that don't prick. You know, that's all I can say about him. He is a prick. He's arrogant. Oh my God, is he arrogant? That was when now he's got way more money comparably to what he has today. So he's even worse now. Can't see the. Yeah, I don't know. The thing about he can't. Okay, when you're in the camp area there at NASCAR, you can't see the racetrack. You got to get inside the racetrack to see the races. So that I do know. I know I've been there 3 or 4 times, so I know that much. So yeah, he's probably disappointed in that for that reason with the track, you know. You know, he probably had his karaoke, probably trying to attract, you know, more people and stuff around him, you know. He's probably like, I'm Nomadic Fanatic. I'm the Almighty. And he said, bow down to me. Bow down. Bow down to the Almighty Nomadic Fanatic, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the rumors are on him. He's a little short guy. I remember when I stood up next to him, I was like a foot taller than him, man. He was like, I'm like looking down at the dude, and I'm like just under 5'10". So he claims to be 5'6" or 7". No way. He's not even close. He's lucky if he's 5'1". If he's 5'1", he's lucky. He might even be 4'8". He might not even be 5 foot tall. But yeah, I mean, I was a foot. It seemed like I was a foot taller than him, but unless he grew, maybe the beer he drinks, makes him grow. I don't know. Yeah, maybe he hired that chick. I don't know. Hey, maybe she was a hooker. She could have been a hooker. If you got the money to pay for her, hooker will be with you. Pay for the time that she's with you. Then that would work out, I guess. Why not? Well, they're talking about the Gin Blossoms now. Got the Gin Blossoms backstage. Oh, they're getting an interview. Gin Blossoms, yeah. Jesse Valenzuela, I went to school with him. Went to school with Jesse Valenzuela. He went to Coronado High School. Well, at least I went with him for 1 year, and then I moved on to another high school after that. But so got a lot of gray hair coming in. Economy package, yeah, the hooker, the RV, everything, His barbecuer, I don't like his barbecuer he's got. Got to put water in it to prevent grease from dripping down. I mean, come on. You don't need that. My barbecuer, you just buy lean ground beef, man, and you'll get no fat in your barbecuer. That's all you gotta do. You buy the crappy stuff, you get what you pay for. That's all I gotta say. Robin Wilson, he went to McClintock. I think all of them went to McClintock High except for Jesse Valenzuela. So, and see, I think, who is it? Yeah, Robin Wilson, he lives in Long Island, New York. They all live somewhere else. I think Jesse Valenzuela lives in Los Angeles. Driving around with an escort. That's what I'm thinking. He's paying for an escort. Why not? Why not? That's what I say. Hey, I got medications. Actually, my manager in the park here's got some medications for me too. So, I think she's got gabapentin for me. It's a race fan putting out for a free race weekend. Oh, it cost him. It cost him probably about. He said he was leaving Monday morning. He's gonna be in a lot of traffic. He's going to be in a ton of traffic, I can tell you that much. So he's going to be hitting the Phoenix traffic if he's going. Yeah, especially if he's going to go to CVKs. Yeah, he's probably going to CVKs. That's going to be, could take him a few hours to get there from the racetrack because of all the people going to work and crap. Yeah, he's going to be in a long freaking line. Get in line, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable with a lady in an RV. I don't know, I just wouldn't feel comfortable. Just the scenario is just not, Yeah, they're doing a whole segment on the Gin Blossoms. How about that? What channel is this? I'm trying to think what channel. Yeah, they picked up a different drummer. He's been with them for a while. Yeah, I met CVK once. I actually stopped at his RV in Quartzsite, and I asked for a sticker, if I can get a free sticker. He didn't give me a sticker. He told me, I'm busy, man. I'm busy editing or whatever. You know, I'm like, being a jerk, you know. He's a prick. I didn't have any respect for the guy. Yeah, I guess Walmart was the restaurant, the grocery store out at the track. But it's like, you can't drive to the track, your car. You can only, you have to walk a little bit. So if you need to get a lot of groceries, you're not going to be able to do it. You have to, grab a big bag and put it, yeah, so his chick or his escort probably was have to carry a couple bags herself, and so, but yeah, he was probably buying a case of beer there, I'm sure. But yeah, the prices are, extra high, being that they're in the track, Yeah, he's a prick. Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah, when I met him, he actually turned the music on when I was recording. So I'd have to shut my video down. Otherwise, you get a strike. Yeah, that's kind of jerk he is, man. I said, man, you're really nice, man. I like how you force people to shut your videos down, because you're going to get a strike because you turned the music on. You didn't have to do that, dude. You didn't have to do that. You could have told me to just not play to record. That's all you got to say. I don't allow recording YouTube videos with you in my channel. You say that, shut it down. It's that simple. No, he had to be a jerk about it. So, yeah, and then he had that guy working on his RV, Wayne Prepper Wayne, and Wayne Prepper didn't. He the whole time he worked on his rig and didn't work on anything else. He didn't give anybody a chance to get Wayne's services. He I guess that makes sense because he paid him to come out. So the dude had to do all the work for him, So, or pet his dogs. Yeah, his dogs are. His dogs aren't very nice, especially they don't know you. They're growling and yakking at me. So no big deal though. Now he's got 4 dogs. Now he's got what? Dexter. He's got Dexter. He's got what's his name? Tucker. Tuck. So he's got Tuck and he's got Dexter. Dexter's an interesting name though. You remember the Dexter series, Dexter, the guy that would, kill people. And he can get away with it, and nobody could ever trace back to him, Yeah, they're showing Vegas now. Let me see if they're going to show the Sphere. They're showing the Hard Rock Hotel. Showing the craps table. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Never trust a grown man that talks to his. Yeah, has he ever come up with a voice for Dexter yet? I don't think he can. Tucker, he's only got one voice for Tucker, so Tucker and Tuck would sound the same. He always sells his rigs after Wayne works on them. He goes through a lot of rigs, doesn't he? He didn't like the last rig he had. Yeah, YouTube mattress. Oh, he's also got electric bikes as his sponsorship too. He's got 2. You see, they're showing a commercial with the lamb on it. It's a new one. New lamb commercial for... I'm not sure. Not sure what that commercial is for whatever insurance group. Oh, it's for Cox. Cox Cable. Does Nomadic Fanatic try to talk? No, I guess he does it with his cats, right? That's just plain stupid, man. You sound retarded when you do that. Trying to talk like your animals are talking. What the heck? You get 20% off a mattress that Eric Nomadic Fanatic spewed on, with one of his hookers, Yeah, you get 20% off after I use the mattress with one of my hookers, Yeah, I could see that. Freaking tired though. I'll tell you that much. I am tired. Let's see, I got... Did my phone unplug? Wait. It did unplug. I'll be damned. My phone unplugged. Now they're talking to another band. Okay. Shoot, I gotta lay down, man. I can't. Oh, man. Damn. Oh, this sucks. Can't wear a hat and go back. It's too hot in here now. Let me look. Let me lay down there a second here. Let's see. Got 12 people in the house here. Let me see. Phone's getting kind of hot. And I can't tell. Can't tell how much charge I got right now. After Wayne, yeah. Well, I bet you. How long do you think Eric's gonna keep that rig? I bet he has that rig for. I'm gonna say a year and a half. Let's see. Let's mark our calendars here and see when he puts that thing up for sale. He ain't gonna keep that thing long. He's going to end up with a bus. He could end up with a built-out bus next. That's what he's gonna do. He'll have a schoolie bus. That'll be his next rig, guaranteed. 6 months? Yeah, you might be right on that one. Especially after he has problems with it, Yeah, he might have some problems with it, and then he'll sell really quick. So, but yeah, 6 months. Yeah, I was thinking like a year and a half, but I think he only had the other one for what, a year, maybe. I'm not sure if he had it a year. So they are just basically flipping RVs. Yeah, I think that's what they're. Yeah, because he charges more because it's a Nomadic Fanatic RV. I think he wanted like 17 grand for it, something like that. I think it was 17 grand. I don't know what he exactly got for it. I have no clue. Still got my hospital band on. Let's see. But yeah, I think, CVK, I mean, you think, what's funny, because he was mooching off of Felix, right? He's staying down there at Felix's place because he didn't want to freeze his ass off in what, Sholo? So I guess they're gonna end up in Sholo. probably after next month. It'll be, for me, I'll be here till the end of the month, and then I'm gonna hit Cottonwood. So I'll be in Cottonwood probably first week in April, and then I'll stay in Cottonwood, and I like Cottonwood, so I'll hang out there for about 3 weeks, and then I'll head back up to Flagstaff. So that's what I'll be doing. When I get to Flagstaff, I'll probably buy a new TV set too. I want to get a bigger TV screen. I got a 24-inch. I want to get a 32-inch. So they don't make a 32 in a 12-volt TV. So this one's a 12-volt, but if I plug the 12-volt cord in, I can't get sound. I'm not sure why, but never could figure that out. But if I plug it in through the cigarette lighter up in the front, I can get sound. But if I plug it in to the back here, I can't get any. I can't get sound if I got 12-volt plugged into it. You know, I had a really good 12-volt TV that got stolen from me. If you guys remember, you know, I spent like $400 on that TV, and I'm gonna, you know, I had other things missing out of this RV too. So, but that's what you get when, you know, when somebody takes control of your RV, and you know, I was like pissed. I mean, how would that if I done the same thing to that person, believe me, I would have had the cops all over me. Oh yeah, I'd have been arrested for Grand Theft Auto. I'd be sitting in jail for Grand Theft Auto, I'm sure of it. Freaking, yeah, I'm telling you, some of these women, man, there's something else. So I don't get involved with women, man. They just cost more than they're worth, you know. Second, it seems that CVK and Felix aren't as anymore. Probably let's. Oh no, he gave him. Oh, I bet, you know, see, I think, you know, that's the big reason CVK stays by CVK, because of the fact that CVK gave him that RV, you know. But you got to think about this. CVK also helped take care of him too through a rough time. So, you know, who else would have wiped his ass, you know? Who else would have done that? Caravan Carolyn's not going to wipe his ass. I noticed that when he went to, you know, he was in, what town was he in? He was in Apache Junction. You know, when he was in Apache Junction, he didn't stop by Caravan Carolyn's. Evidently, they don't. Maybe I could tell they don't see eye to eye anymore. I guess that's what it looks like. See if he got. He gave Felix his rig too. Yeah, I mean, CVK, the only friends he could have are the ones he buys. You know? And Caravan Carolyn let him stay in her park as guests, remember? If you remember that. She didn't let CVK stay at her place this time around. Not even. You know? CVK. Yeah, he got his cancer all cleared up, and then Felix got cancer, and I guess he's all good too. He had stage 4? Like pancreas cancer. He's lucky. Most people die from that cancer. I know a snake handler, Brian Barczyk, died. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brian Barczyk died. A big snake channel. You know, he had pancreas cancer. He died from it. He was dead in 3-4 months, man. Yeah, that cancer will take you out quick. Yeah, pancreas
Pancreas cancer is not a good cancer to get. That's one cancer you don't want to get if you were going to get a cancer. That's the one you don't want. Let's see, CVK got cancer. Let's see, CVK left Felix high and dry in Georgia. Yeah, he did. That is freaking true. Yeah, it's actually, I feel better about being in my RV. But then when I got back, I had to pay my my satellite, and then I thought I could get the Phoenix Suns game, and it wasn't on. Well, it was on, but it was on. It's on. I've never heard of this, but it was on a streaming network with ESPN Stream, which I didn't even know that was. I had no clue. So yeah, I couldn't get it either way. So the only way I could get the Suns game is on the radio. And then by the time I actually got it, then the game was over. So, and then they lost anyway. So I think Phoenix got a lot of money from the GoFundMe CVK set up, and CVK is probably. I'll bet you Felix got a lot of money from that account. Those guys make some money on YouTube, man. They've got Patreon accounts, and they're probably making $20 a person. They probably got like 30 people that give $20 a month. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. He's probably there. CVK is probably getting a couple $1,000s. I'll actually be getting more than that. He's probably making. He don't make what Eric makes, no. But he's probably making about. I'll bet he makes at least $7,000-$8,000 a month. CVK does. He might even, with the sponsorship. He might be cranking out $20,000-$25,000. I don't know why he's living like he is. And I'd have a real house. I wouldn't be living out of a freaking a freaking storage shed, Yeah, same with Derek. He's got a storage shed, He got a door with a glass window. Isn't that stupid? A dumb idea, If you want tight security, that's not the way to do it. But I guess nobody can get through that road because the neighbors know somebody's coming in there, But CVK's got a gate. You got a gate that locks up. So it's not exactly like you could get into his place. But you can with, Phoenix is like in a compound, I'm not sure. It's in Phoenix somewhere. I just don't know where, I kind of have an idea where it could be. Looks like it's in North Phoenix somewhere. Because he mentioned a church being by there too. And there was a church on Cave Creek Road. And if you go up Cave Creek, or if you take... I'm trying to think what street that would be. That'd be 20... If you're taking 28th Street, and you come across, and you go all the way through... You could cut off a road, off a couple side roads, where you could see the mountainside back in there. I actually did a video back there by that church a couple times. You could see the video or the scenery and stuff like that. Yeah, he lives. He lives like he has the money he does, but people won't donate anymore. Yeah, people just aren't giving away money anymore on YouTube. So he probably, if YouTube and Patreon went belly up, what would they do? That's it. If YouTube and Patreon went belly up, what would those guys do? they'd probably panic. He'd probably, I don't know, who knows what he'd do. That'd be interesting, right? If he didn't have, if he didn't have the money, and if YouTube went up, I mean, you never know what YouTube's gonna do, you know? YouTube ain't paying diddly anymore. Patreon could just, you know, who knows, you know? And then I guess he'd probably have to manufacture electric. He'd get to go work for electric bikes, you know, and hope that he could live at Felix's place, you know. See, Felix has got a kid, you know. Felix, Felix has got like a 12 or 13-year-old kid that, I don't know, the parent died of something, and so Felix, you know, took the child in. So Felix is like the father now. So Felix has a responsibility, you know. He's got to take care of a 12, 13-year-old, you know. And that takes a lot, too. That's a rough age to take care of, you know, a kid that's 12 or 13. Well, at least the kid's a boy, right? If it was a female, he'd have all kinds of problems, you know. Imagine that. You get a 12 or 13-year-old female, and then all the freaking guys will be all over, you know, around, you know, hanging out, or, you know, trying to whatever. You know, you'd have to freaking get the shovel out and whack them in the head, you know. And if you do that, then you end up in jail for aggravated assault, you know, and you don't want to do that. So you just gotta be careful with everything you do. But yeah, I imagine, you know, so CVK is, you know, he's got a big response, and he needs to be in that. He needs to stay at that place. So he needs to keep, you know, I wish I'd rent that place if I could rent it, you know. Shoot, because you get all that space there, you know. You get lots of room in that place, you know. So, you know, so what's he do? He's got like a one bedroom, you know. I think he's got, what, 2 bedroom there or something? Or it's either that or he's got a 1 bedroom. He gives the kid the bedroom and he sleeps on the couch in the living room or something. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. That could be the case. But either way, it's a big responsibility, you know. You got to take care of the kid. The kid's got to eat, you know. You got to buy food for 2 mouths plus your dog, which that dog doesn't take much to feed, but yeah, we all know price of food is not cheap anymore. You know, but yeah, I think, you know, grocery stores, all these corporations, they're all jacking us, you know. They just raise the prices because of COVID, you know. You know, it has nothing to do with the president, you know. I always tell people, you know, everybody wants to blame, you know, President Biden. It's not all his fault, man. And wait to Trump. I can't wait to see Trump get back in office. And wait and see when nothing, you know, the Republican Party is a do-nothing party. Them Republicans aren't going to work for the American people. No way. Ain't going to happen. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, look at that chick, you know. Chick in Congress, man. It's a disgraceful human being in Congress. Yeah, unbelievable. I never know he had a. Yeah, he's got a 13-year-old boy or whatever. Yeah, so that's, like I said, it's a big responsibility. Like I said, you gotta, you know, because, yeah, you gotta do everything right today when you got a child today, you know. Everything's got to be, you know, right, or they turn you in, you know. Turn you into the Gestapo. You know, but the government, you know, just wants to have control of your kids. Yeah, the government has it so the kids, you know, oh, Dad doesn't have, you know, I'm not getting fed well enough. I'm not, you know, this and that and this. And but yeah, it's, I don't know. Well, you know, like I said, CVK or Felix can't, I don't think I don't think he's not the close friend of CVK, like he used to be. And I think the 13-year-old has something to do with it, And he's got responsibilities, man. Everything's Biden's fault. Yeah. I don't believe so. I don't believe it is. But I can't wait for Trump to get back in office. Because I can't wait for everything to crumble down on him too. Wait, when Trump gets in office, the stock market and the economy will probably crash. We'll probably go into a recession. We're going to be dictatorship, man. It ain't going to be nice. Wait till our Constitution is tossed. Wait till gun rights are taken. Wait till there's no more voting because Donald Trump is a dictator. Wait till that happens, and then you're free. That's why I like Donald Trump to come in office, because then you watch. It ain't gonna be like it was when at the tail end of his presidency. Things weren't so good, man. People were leaving his administration. Steve Bannon was gone. Scaramucci was gone. God, who else? Just a bunch of people took off from the Trump administration at the end. I mean, he had nobody left, Nobody wanted to be with the guy. Freaking guy is insane. He's like, he thinks he's all that and more, Yeah, he doesn't have that much cash. He can't even pay his bills. He owes a half a billion dollars to I guess he paid EG. He had to pay a cash bond of $92 million. So he had to post that, and he did. He posted that at the last second. Yeah, the last second he posted a $92.6 million cash bond. So that now he can appeal, and he won't win the appeal. No, he ain't winning no appeal there. No way. He's gonna end up losing now. That money's gonna go into Eugene Carroll's pocket. Yeah, because he's appealing the whole thing. He's trying to cut her off from any of that money. That ain't gonna happen. She's gonna win, man. She won her case with a trial and a 12-member jury, and they say they say that he committed rape. So that's interesting. That'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, every time I go political, I lose the channel. You're right. You're right. Political is not a good way to go. And it never has been. So, I gotta. It's just so easy to get caught up in politics, especially on this channel. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I got out of that hospital till I don't know, probably 7:30, probably 8. Of course, the guy couldn't drive very fast because he couldn't stay on the road. So, I just knew we were yanked over back because somebody called, said he was all over the road, which he was. Somebody called on his plate number and turned it in. The cops were on top of him just like that. The Policia, the Federales. I still can't believe I told that cop. I was like, hey, okay, yeah, I'll get you my ID, sir. I was gonna say, like I said, I was gonna say that, I don't understand why I had to give my ID to the cop, It's like cop thinks they're gonna get a couple criminals or something, Whatever. The cop didn't cop. Hey, the cop just wants to run your. They're just looking for They're just looking to run your ID for warrants. That's all. It's the only reason why they ask for your ID. I mean, I probably could have said no. I'm not going to give you my ID. And then I think I said something, and she goes, "What do you got?" So I mean, no, I had nothing to hide. It's just I couldn't get my ID out of my wallet. So, because what are you trying to prevent? Not give your ID? You got something to hide or something like that? Or I go, no, not at all. As soon as I get it out, you'll get my ID. No problem, sir. I said, sir, and she goes, I'm not sir. I'm a. I mean, after that, the guy goes, that's a guy. I mean, that's a gal, not a guy. I said, I couldn't tell, man. And even after, I told the guy, I couldn't tell that was a freaking. I thought it looked like a guy to me, but what do I know? God, the way the haircut was just like a guy's haircut, man. Sure, probably was in a relationship, with another, female, It's okay. I got no issues with any of that. It was dark and I couldn't tell, I thought, well, that's a pretty good looking guy. Like, I almost said that too with the guy that was driving. I was like, oh man, that cop sure was a good looking guy. See, so you have AC? Yeah, I got AC in it. Yeah. I mean, I gotta add some Freon to it, but yeah, I got AC. It works. I'm a little low on Freon. So I got a can. I got the thing up on the dash. I do have a can of Freon in here. But I'll probably have to get another can of Seal. And get one of those, and they're expensive. They're like $20. But I'll get one of those. And I got a little can too, so. And I'll buy a couple more. Just to be able to run the AC. And I'm not going to stick around here when it, I'm going to leave out of here. I'm not going to wait till it gets hot. Last year I left out, it was 100 degrees, 107 actually. When I left out of here, it was pretty freaking warm. I ain't going to lie there. Let's see, political talk. Yeah, I should run for office, huh? Now that, it's funny, criminals, it's funny, a convicted felon can run for president of the United States now. And that's something? I never knew that. Everybody else, they do a background check, so they don't do background checks for the. Probably they don't have to because they look up everything before, just as you're running. They probably, the big media would be. I mean, Fox News would be all over your stuff if you're a convicted felon. They'd be. There is one guy that's running, that Shamit guy. He's running for Libertarian Party. So yeah, you could be a convicted felon and run for office, man. Had no idea. Had no idea you could do that, but you can. There's nothing in the Constitution that says you can't. That is so weird. I would have never thought a convicted felon could run for office, but you can. You could be the president while you're in prison. And if you got Secret Service, and the Secret Service, I guess, yeah, you have nothing to worry about if you're in prison when you got Secret Service. I mean, you say, the inmates want to beat you up, they can't. Because they can't get to you because you got Secret Service. Yeah. What the president keeps creeping up on, I don't check on that stuff. I didn't. I wouldn't say. Well, I probably shouldn't even talk about political, but I know that Trump hung out with what's that guy? Jeffrey. What the hell's his name? You know what I'm talking about. But Trump actually went on, hung out on his island, Jeffrey something, I can't think of his last name. So, and then people want to talk about Biden, look at Trump. He's just as guilty, man. But nobody wants to talk about that, Fox News ain't going to talk about it, that's for sure. Because that's their precious. Yeah, that's their precious, man. Fox News. Yeah, I mean, I don't watch. I got the only news I have on my thing is local Phoenix, and I got what is today? Tomorrow's Sunday. I got to get up early. I watch Texas Paul. You should check out Coffee with Texas Paul, guys. I watch Coffee with Texas Paul. It's good. It's a good show, man. He's got good information. He's a good news source. Big time. He's a big news source. Coffee with Texas Paul. Texas Paul, Mrs. Texas Paul. It's good. It's a good little show. Covers a lot of information on it. Talks about a lot of stuff, It's a good show. I like it. He comes on at 9 o'clock sharp. So pick it up at 9 and get your cup of coffee and listen to, I got to call, what is tomorrow? Coyote. I got to call Coyote Fresh to see if I can get some groceries in here. Yep, gotta get some eggs and some lettuce, tomatoes. What else do I gotta get? Probably get some more ground. Man, I got plenty of ground beef. Just gotta get some ground beef. Make a couple hamburgers or whatever. Let's see how. Oh yeah, I need some pickles. Gotta remember pickles. Dill pickles, so I can put dill pickles on the burger. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that's not my president, I mean, I just try to block Trump, that's all, because I don't like Trump. I'll block Trump every day of the week, It's just what I do. And after the next 4 years, hopefully we won't have the guy anymore. Hopefully this will be the last time Trump gets to run, That'll be his last hurrah. Trump's last hurrah. Que sera, sera. Let's see, Trump runs circles around you. Trump get in office and watch him crumble. But this will be his last 4 years, guy. He ain't gonna run no more. Because he can't. He can't get 8. He can't get. He's thinking he can get 8 years. He cannot. He can only get 4 years. That's all he can get. 4 years is the most he can get. Because they don't allow you to do any more than 8 years total. So you do 4, you're off for 4, you do another 4, that's it. You're out. You're done. The legislation even says that. So And if he doesn't want to leave the White House, they'll remove him. That's what they'll do with the guy. It's that simple. They'll come in there, and if I were Biden, I wouldn't leave office. If Biden loses, I'd stay in office. He could call SEALs. He could call the Navy SEALs. Let's put it this way. If Donald Trump gets full immunity, Biden will get full immunity too. It works both ways. If they give Trump immunity, which they very well could. They could. And he might get out of two criminal. There's two trials he won't get out of. But there's two that he could possibly get out of. If he gets full immunity, yeah. If he can pardon himself, I don't know if he can. Nobody really has an answer to that yet. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait. That'll be a wait and see, See what happens. Yeah, Biden did pretty good in the speech from what I could hear. He sounded okay. Sounded like he's got control. It was a great chat until politics came. I got somebody keeping me in here, though, with the politics. But I can get out of it. I go into sports. I'll go into sports here, man. Let's talk about the Cardinals, man. Who the Cardinals going to get? Yeah, who the Cardinals going to pick up? Free agency. Yeah, I like up. I mean, I'm kind of hoping they pick up an edge rusher from some team, and pay a guy, get a good edge rusher, There's a couple. I mean, I'd get Nick. What's his name? What's one of the players for the edge rusher for Los Angeles Chargers? Bosa? Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa, I think, is a free agent. I'd get him, man. There's your edge rusher. He's really good. If I were the Cardinals, I'd get him. Yeah. And Phoenix Suns, it ain't looking good for them, They're going to be in the play-in, and they'll probably be knocked out in one game. I don't see the Suns going anywhere this year. At least not this year. And Durant, this is Durant's last year. So, whatever. They won't have Durant after next year. So, I don't know what Durant's going to do. I don't think the Suns will re-sign him. I think they're going to try to get somebody else. I don't know who that's going to be, though. Yeah, who the Suns going to get? Let's see. We only got 5 people in the house, man. We lost quite a few. I lost half the people, so we might as well shut her down, guys. We're going to shut the stream down. I came on and updated everybody, and we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to have to do some work, and, I can't do too much because I got to stay off my feet. But I got to take some medications, and should have got some extra socks. I think they put a new bandage on, so I don't have to do that tomorrow, but I'll do it the next day after. I'll put a new bandage on my foot. So let's see, who do we got? We got 4 people in here. 4 people in the house. We're draining down to 0, folks. Yeah, we had a pretty good crowd. Yeah, it was a good chat. While it lasted. We got 6 people in the house. We gained a couple. Picked up 2 extra. Let's see. Cardinals, Suns. Baseball, Diamondbacks. What are we going to do, man? What are we going to do? Who are we going to pick up in free agency, folks? What do the Cardinals do? I don't know. We got 5 people in the house. 5 people, 5 personas. Yeah. Well, listen, tomorrow's Sunday. I gotta take my Trulicity tomorrow. So I always take it on a Sunday anyway. I think everybody's bit the dust here, guys. So there's 7 people in here. I'm not sure what 7 are in here. There must be some trolls trolling in here. We're rolling with some trollins. Rolling with trollins. I got hiccups. Yeah, man. We got Joni back in here. Oh, Joni's still hanging around. Okay. Joni, what's going on with how's Elvis Travels doing? How's Rosie O'Kelly doing? Rosie O'Kelly and Elvis. You think Elvis Travels would get back with Rosie, you know? You think they can make up, you know? Get back on good terms again, you know what I mean? Like the old days. Just like the old days used to be. What's that one guy? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name. What's it? The Bergs channel. You know, I guess Bergs plays guitar and, you know. Let's see. Elvis is he's in Yuma. What's he? 910 to Yuma? He's in 910 to Yuma, huh? Rosie's a man? How could that be? Rosie's a woman. Rosie's always been a woman, you know. I'm just saying, how could that be? Rosie wants to be a woman, so yeah, Rosie is a woman. So how could Rosie be a man, you know, when Rosie's a woman? That don't make sense. Rosie doing a lot of... Has Rosie been doing... Let's see, Reno, Nevada, still seeing earthquakes. Huh. I didn't know they've been getting earthquakes. Yeah, Joni, I mean... How did that happen? You should write, Joni, you should write a song about Elvis. Elvis Travels. Call it 910 to Yuma. 910 to Yuma. So he's hanging out in Yuma now, huh? Old Travels. Is he doing YouTube? Is Elvis back on YouTube? I haven't even looked him up. Oh yeah, I'm always keeping it clean. How's old Steve doing? Steve. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Steve. What's Steve's last name? I can't come up with his name. The you know what I'm talking about, Steve. You know, the casino man. Man, he gambles a lot of money, man. That dude must make some money. He can gamble like that. He's not putting that much money in the slot machines. Not as much as he was. Yeah, usually you come into... Steve's gambling? Okay. Then again, I really haven't... He's supposed to be gambling during the daylight hours now? See, I'm not used to watching him during the daylight hours, you know? So I like the nighttime videos, you know? Yeah, I think Steve does better. I think the daylight's better for him because he's... Well, it's hard to say because he's got to work during the day. So I don't know what his hours are. But he does. He's got a nice hotel. He manages a nice hotel there. That's a super nice hotel. There's suites. Yeah, they kind of remind me of. There's another place in Vegas. I can't remember the name of it. It's over on. It's right on Flamingo and Colville Street. I'd have to look it up, but there's a hotel over there that's basically a bunch of suites. Just like they got couches and, you know, couches and nice chairs, table, like nice kitchen, like a kitchen style table and really good couch, love seat. Pretty nice. And, you know, big screen TV set. You know, it's a really nice setup there. And right next door is Ellis Island. And just right around the corner, Ellis Island's right there. You get the best of both worlds when you... But that suite's probably... It's expensive as hell. I think I paid like... I don't know, I paid like $150. $150 a night in that place. I'm sure it's probably more money now. You're probably paying I'll bet you $250 a night at that place. But yeah, right across the street is Planet Hollywood. You got Planet Hollywood, and then you got Ellis Island, and you got that other place sitting over there. And then you also got, that's Flamingo, then you got the Flamingo Motel. Right straight shot, you know, straight ahead. So... So Steve's gambling tonight, huh? The big gambler. He's a Keno man. See, I don't know much about Keno, man. Keno's something I don't know much about. I'm not sure how that works. Well, you got 4 cards. What is it? A, B, C, D. And then you pick, what, six numbers for like 6 for A and 6 for B, 6 for C and 6 for D. I think that's how it works. You know, so you make an L shape or maybe a U shape, maybe an upside down U, or maybe You know, the opposite, the other way around. So what else is up, Joni? What else we got going? How's that house project coming along? Being that I was in the hospital, I haven't really got in. I haven't really looked around. We got just nine people in the house. See, Rosie is. So Elvis Travels. Yeah, I gotta check into Elvis and see how he's doing on YouTube. He got 1,000 subscribers. He's picked up his 1,000. Let's see. Rosie is a man now. No, you know what's. Now you know what's now. Okay, Rosie. Yeah, Rosie's still got the same crowd. Rosie hasn't lost anybody. What's Rosie's man name? What did Rosie have as a man name when Rosie was a man? Or is a man now currently? What am I talking about? He had a man's name. I just don't know what it was. That's all. I'm curious. I'm not picking on Rosie by any means. I just wish I knew. Wasn't Rosie Steve? Wasn't it? I'm thinking Rosie was Steve before. Stephen Huff was so it was Steve. It was Steve. Steve was Rosie's. That was Rosie's real name, Stephen. But Rosie, his name to Rosie, right? So Rosie would have to go back and change the name back to get that name again. Yeah, no boobs anymore. That costs a lot of money for those boobs, too. Those boobs are not cheap. Each boob probably costs 30 grand. $30,000 a boob or something like that. I don't know. I would have just left it just the way it was, leave the boobs in and, I don't know. I'm just saying. Oh, Rosie never changed the name. Okay. So I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know, Johnny. Had them removed. Okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah, obviously, removed the boobs, Yeah, it probably costs a lot of money to remove them, too, Either way, both putting them in and taking them out. Still costs a lot of money either way, any way you look at it. I remember watching, I guess Steven, I'm going to call it Steven now, but Steven was shopping in the grocery store. Steven is a very, very conscious individual when it comes to shopping. Rosie was in Vegas last week. You mean Steven was in Vegas last week? Steven. Even Steven. I remember when Steven went to Ellis Island with what's his face? God, what was his name? God, you guys probably know. The guy, Dr. What was his name? Dr. something. What the hell was his name? Dr. God, what was his name? God, I can't come up with his damn name. Yeah, Rosie, Steve, I gotta get used to Steven. I gotta keep calling Rosie Steven. Dr. Feelgood, just kidding. No, Dr. God, I almost had him. I almost had it. Dr. God, what the hell? Dr. Damn, I knew it too. I knew the name. Dr. something. Dr. God, what was his name? Yeah, he's still around. I mean, Dr. whatever. It'll come to me. It just doesn't appear it's going to come to me tonight. Now, if I went into, what's his name's face? Or the guy in Seattle that plays guitar, I could find out from that channel. He ain't the friendliest person, though, online. No. And then D-Dubs is also doing live videos, too. D-Dubs. As a priest. Or a, God, what's he do? I can't even think. Dr. Feelgood. We got Elvis Travels at 910 to Yuma. And we have a couple others in here too. So Rosie, Steve. So Stevens is Steven is Rosie's name. Stephen Hoff. So Stephen Hoff is now Stephen Hoff. Got to get used to that. That's all. I can get used to it. It's just, I'm not right now. But I will. I'll get used to it. Dr. God, it almost came to me. Dr. something. I can't. It ain't Dr. Seuss. I know that. It's not Dr. Seuss. They got to drop me off. I should have had him stop at a fast food and get something to eat, but I just hope I have my debit card, that's all. I should have checked my wallet before I put it back in my pouch. Dr. I almost had it again. Dr. Z. It's Dr. Z. What happened to Dr. Z? Does anybody know what happened to Dr. Z? Dr. Z, that's it. Dr. Z. Yeah, because Rosie would hang. I mean, Steven would hang out with Dr. Z. No, I can't check the wallet now. You're right. That'd be correct. I just know Mr. Z in Vegas. Doesn't Dr. Z live in Vegas, Joni? I believe Dr. Z lives in Vegas, if I'm not correct. I believe, if my calculations are correct. I believe. I'm trying to be like a German. Yeah, Schultz German. Germany. Yeah. Adolf Hitler. Hiya, Hitler. Yeah. Now how would I get away with that? Talking like I'm Hitler or whatever. Would I change my name to Adolf Hitler? Would that be good? Yeah, I figured he lived in Vegas. Yeah, I imagine they would hang out in Vegas, yeah. I know I seen him eating at Ellis Island one night. That was like, I don't know, it was like 5 months ago, whatever it was. Yeah, Ellis Island is a great place, you know, like good steak. Yeah, they got good food in Ellis Island. I ate at Ellis Island probably at least, I don't know, probably 10 times. At least 10 times. So it's always been my go-to restaurant, really, is going to Ellis Island. I mean, there's been some other places I've eaten at, but I've eaten on Fremont Street too. Not very often, but yeah, I ate a comedian place that was right there in Fremont. It's like right at the very beginning. I forget. I'll never remember the name of the place, but I believe they. Yeah, I'm surprised Elvis Travels doesn't hang out with Steve Hoff with the Dr. Z. Dr. Z. Or Mr. Z, excuse me. It's Mr. Z, not Dr. Z. Mr. Z. Excuse me on that one. Gotta excuse me. Yeah, Mr. Z, yeah. I know why I was calling Dr. Z, it was Mr. Z. I have no idea why I did that. See, I believe. Yeah. I don't know. I've done the Vegas thing so many times. I mean, it's just old, you know. I've been to Vegas. Let's put it this way. When I was a little kid, we went to Vegas a lot. My mom had a good friend that lived in Vegas. And her husband was a manager of, he was manager of the Flamingo, as a matter of fact. Back in the 1970s. You can only imagine what it was like to be the manager of, if you're at Flamingo, if you're the manager of Flamingo, 1973, 72, probably run by the mob, I'm sure. Sure that was a mob-run hotel. I'm sure the one lady, her husband was, had been a mobster, really, I'm thinking. I was just a little kid, so I didn't know any different. I didn't know any better. Worst food I had in Vegas was Hell's Kitchen. Very expensive. Yeah. I heard. I didn't know much. Hell's Kitchen that was terrible, huh? My best experience in food in Vegas has always been well, let me think here. There used to be a Chinese place, on Fremont Street, and that was always really good. And it's gone. Not there no more. Sure what it is now, but let's see, what else did I go? Ellis Island, that's just a place I've always gone. I've always gone there a lot, Now they got a Whataburger in Las Vegas, which they never had before. And I like Whataburger, but the people in Vegas, they don't know what they don't know what Whataburger is, I mean, they go to it, but I don't think. See, I've always liked Whataburger, but I think the people in Vegas, I don't think they accept it. You know what I mean? They have to get used to it. So I've been eating Whataburger since, for, I don't know, 40 years. So, see, I've been used to, I remember Whataburger was around, and when I lived in South Scottsdale, it was like, there used to be a Whataburger. I don't know if it's probably not this road off of Hayden and Thomas, about 2 blocks north. There used to be a Whataburger on the right-hand side. I doubt if it's there anymore, but it used to be. But yeah, I've always been a fan of Whataburger. Yeah. Anytime I go into Phoenix, I always hit up a Whataburger. That, or, I can get In-N-Out. Yeah, I like In-N-Out burger too. Flagstaff will have an In-N-Out burger when I go there next time. So I'll be able to go to In-N-Out burger. And I like In-N-Out burger. So let's see, there's a Mexican restaurant at the entrance. If the Mirage has excellent food. The Mirage is going under. The Mirage is going to get knocked down. They're taking the Mirage out. What they're going to do is they're going to make it a baseball stadium. I believe that the Mirage is what's going to get yanked out. That's what I'm thinking. So the Mirage will be knocked out, and that'll become the baseball. That'll be the A's baseball stadium. If the Diamondbacks don't move there, Whataburger. No, I love Whataburger. No, you could say that it's garbage. I love it. Eat that garbage enough, and you'll have to take meds. Well, I don't make it a habit to eat there every day. But I'm just saying I like it. I'll go there every once in a while. But In-N-Out Burger, I'll go to that place all the time, and I get a lettuce wrap, and get the two patties, no cheese, on the lettuce wrap, with all the fixings, your onions, your secret sauce, whatever. There's a Mexican restaurant at the Mirage. See, I don't know. I think last time I was in Vegas, I don't think that's just not. I haven't done Mexican food in Las Vegas. I haven't. The last time I went to a place that was like Filiberto's kind of Mexican food. It kind of reminded me of like what Filiberto's was. And that was in Vegas somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but all I know is that I was just like right there. I go, I'm just gonna try this place out, and it was okay. It wasn't nothing special. But no, my experience with Mexican restaurants is they're not. Las Vegas doesn't have the greatest Mexican food. Not comparably to not compared to Phoenix. Phoenix has got really good Mexican food, you know. This where I came from, Lake Havasu, they got excellent Mexican restaurants. There, let's see, McDonald's bleaches their beef to it causes prostate cancer. Okay. Whatever, you know, I don't like I said, I don't eat at McDonald's, and you know, I don't eat at these places, you know. I make my own food. I got my own ground beef in here, I got steak, I'm gonna have to get a steak out and let it thaw out and make some what do you call it? Make some marinade. I use salad dressing for the marinade, so I'll do that, you know. So open up some oil, and I'll add that to the stuff I mixed, and then that'll be what I'm going to use for the steak, you know. One day, like I'll do it tomorrow, and like the next day, I'll be able to barbecue the steak, you know. So that'll be a good deal there. So. Let's see the places. Make Google pink slime. What do you mean? I don't go to any I don't go to any hamburger joints. I'm in Quartzsite, man. I stay right. You know, I make my own food here. Heck, I always make I made my food all season long since I've been here. The 2 months I've been here. Yeah. I mean, like Jack in the Box uses horse meat. So, that's what I hear. Jack in the Box does, but got Jack's Tacos. In-N-Out uses that, huh? In-N-Out does? So In-N-Out does that, huh? Whataburger, huh? What about In-N-Out Burger? What do you know about that? You're the expert here. They all sell pink slime. Well, where do you eat? Mr. Truth is my name. Where do you eat? Where do you go? You were in Globe. You were just in Globe, Arizona, I believe. You still there? You still in Globe? Let's see. Let me think. Educate yourself before you die. Hey, you know, there's no point in educate. You know, I educate myself all the time. Every day I read something, you know. I read something all the time, man. My phone is my library, basically. Yeah. You know, you should go watch a Leprechaun movie now that it's March. The month of March is the month of the Leprechaun. Leprechaun, yeah. You take the Leprechaun's gold, man, the Leprechaun are coming after you. Head up on pink. Read up on pink slime. I'll have to read up on it. I'll read up on it. Not tonight, but I'll read up on it. I gotta take some medication and then go to sleep. Kind of chilly in here when I first got in here. It's all toasty warm in here now. Yeah, it is toasty warm. Yep, toasty warm. March is your birthday, huh? Well, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. Should call your channel the Knowledge. Should call it Happy Knowledge Channel. Happy Knowledge. Or Rich Knowledge, I should say. Peak slime is a meat byproduct used as a food additive to ground beef and beef-based processed meats as a filler or to reduce the overall fat content. Oh, okay. All right. So all the grocery stores, that's what the ground beef would be, is what you're saying. Even in the grocery stores. Their meats are that byproduct in their meats, or their ground beef or steak or whatever. You're saying it'd all be the same. Huh. I got how many people? 6? 6 people in the house. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I figured I'd probably gonna come in here for a little bit. Didn't think I'd be on as long as I've been on. Not trying to break any records tonight, you know. Rosie O'Kelly. Yeah. Rosie. Stomach problems, okay. Yeah, I imagine. I believe that. Roll yourself gently down the street. Mary, quite a cherry treat. Let's see, she's live almost every night. Oh, Rosie's, or Steve, Steve Hoff is on every night, huh? Stephen Hoff. That's what, that's what Joni Portwell was saying. Elvis Travels, I'm not sure about Elvis Travels, though. I haven't seen him online lately. I don't know. What is his channel anymore? I don't even know. What is Elvis Travels' channel? What's he calling himself? I guess what I'm trying to say is whatever he calls it, what he calls it. I don't know what he calls himself these days. Elvis Travels. It's Gulliver's Travels. That's first thing I think of when I think of Elvis Travels is Gulliver's Travels. Rosie O'Kelly. Rosie. Rosie, Rosie. Where's your Kelly? Oh, Kelly. Oh, Kelly. Kelly. Rosie, Rosie. Rosie Kelly. Yeah. Well, Rosie's got, Stephen Hoff has got to be blocked out of there anyway. Whatever. Let's see. That's what Berg says? Oh, the guitar player from Seattle? Rosie O'Smelly, huh? Hosey O'Smelly? Bergs, the Bergs man. Berg so greedy. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the street. Merrily, 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 quite a dream. I don't have the words right on that one. Yeah, the Bergs. How's Joni? Trying to think how the other individual's doing. Trying to think of her name. Can't even come up with the other person's name that comes on. Herman O Monster, yeah, Herman O Monster. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure about, Herman O Monster. Monster Herman. Herman O Monster. Yeah, you know, it looks like Eddie Munster is Matt Gates. Matt Gates looks like Herman, or looks like Eddie Munster. Let's see. Elvis is probably hanging in Mexico. Probably in Mexico, man. Getting pretty damn tired, I'll tell you that much. Oh, it's time to hit the hay. Hit the hay, hide the hay. Hit the hay. Yeah, this is March month. There'll be a lot of corned beef and cabbage. This is corned beef and cabbage month. Yeah, you probably see it in grocery stores now. Corned beef and some cabbage. Kylie makes some cabbage and corned beef. Sounds good to me, man. So I downloaded a web called Football Head Coach 24. Yeah, and green beer too. That's right. Yeah. They always it's the river in Chicago, man. They always dump a bunch of green. They turn into green. They turn into the Green River. Chicago. That Coghlan town, you know. They always call Chicago the Coghlan town, you know. That Coghlan town. Yeah, I like cabbage. I've always been a fan of cabbage. Yeah, that's what I'm not gonna say probably. I will get if I can get it at the grocery store. I'll get a head of cabbage. Yeah, and maybe 2 heads of cabbage. Yeah, I'll just eat some cabbage. Yeah, sounds good there. Cabbage for dinner, man. Cabbage and corned beef. Yeah. Get some corned beef and freeze it. And then I'll make, put some cabbage and I'll separate the corned beef and the cabbage. And sounds good to me, man. Sounds good to me. And green beer. Yeah, they do sell a lot of green beer. Let's see. Football head coach 24. I'll have to take a look at that. See what that's about. Let's close it out, guys. Let's just go ahead and close it out. I gotta check my wallet, you know. And boy, my phone is pretty hot. Yeah, that's what I mean. I gotta close it out. So we'll be on another night. Another great. What's a good term? Same old bat channel. Same bat time. Yeah. Even though we got quite a few people in here. I'm surprised. There seems to be more and more people that are on later at night, you know. Especially Steve's channel, you know. Steve has you know, freaking 200-300 people that come in there. You know, his gambling channel, you know. Download that game and see if you make a good head coach. Yeah, I imagine I'd be a good coach. It's my opinion, but you know, my opinion don't mean much, but well. Yeah, you still out at Lake Roosevelt? Still out there at Lake Roosevelt there? How's Lake Roosevelt treating you? I know there's an RV park out there. You know, I almost did that place. I almost got a spot over there, but they as I remember it, they didn't have any spots available. So, but it was what it was. A lot of Mexican restaurants. You know, Globe's got a few places. Couple right off the main drag, you know, there's some Mexican restaurants. They got one that's okay. It's as you're almost up in the Globe, right off that highway that you're going down when you're heading to Roosevelt Lake. See, I'm the number one seed this season. Okay, all right. Let's see, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out and see what's with it. You know. You never know, man. You never know. Roll down the street, gently down the street. Mary, 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 quite the dream. Roll yourself gently down the street. Mary, 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 is quite the dream. Route 180. Yeah, Route 188. That's right. You're still there, huh? You gonna stay there all summer? Are you gonna stay there all summer? You probably headed in the Globe here and there, didn't you? You probably hung out in Globe. Not much on the main drag of Globe. There ain't much there. At the end of it, you get the Safeway. The Safeway store is real teeny. Real tiny, small store. God, you talk about small. That's, you know, I guess and then you could go to Walmart, but you know, the Walmart there ain't much. You know, it's not like it's a big Walmart. You know, kind of a dumpy Walmart, if you ask me. It's a dumpy Walmart. Yeah, there ain't much there. That's about it, man. You got Walmart, you got Safeway. That's it. That's it for Globe, man. Like I said, you know, they can't keep people employed in that town. You know, half the town's on drugs or they're freaking alcoholics. That's the problem with Globe. Nothing can stay open for very long. Yeah, it's just a hard place to keep a business going. Yeah, there's a few. You know, there's a couple places they like, you know, they're trying to do high-end restaurants up there. There's a coffee cafe. There's like a little coffee place right across from where the Circle K is. Just a little bit to the east. Just a hair east off to your left. There's a nice little, like a little coffee shop there. Restaurant. Pretty good place. I used to go over there. I had a guy that did some, you know, I had some guy do some work on the one guy's house that I knew there. Boy, did I get ripped off. Yeah, I got ripped off royally there. Freaking pissed me off. Couple guitars destroyed. Yeah, it was a good times, man. Guy steals my car. I have to pay to get it out. Freaking cop comes to says, hey man, you want to, this guy stole your car, do you want to press charges on him? And I go, yeah, of course I do. Stole my car, didn't he? Yeah, so he actually didn't arrest the guy. He let him stay out of jail, but he did arrest him, you know. But he didn't send him to jail. He was nice police officer. Nice police officer. Yeah, we like nice police officers. Yes, we do. We surely close it out. I'll come on another time. Obviously, we had a good little stream going here tonight. And we'll do another one another time, man. Thank you guys for coming in, man. Don't forget to hit that like button as you're heading out the door. Hit the like button, share if you can, you know, with your friends or whatever. But never forget to click that like button, man. That's the most key important ingredient is the like button. So if you could do anything for me, you could do that. So I appreciate all you guys for coming in. And we'll catch you on the next one, man. Appreciate it, guys. So we're gonna sign out again. And we're getting out of here, and you guys all take good care, man. Till next time. Adios, guys.